Welcome to Behind the Perspective, Episode 2. What do brands mean when they say, tell your story? I always thought that this was interesting because story to me has a beginning, middle, and end. And a good story has character growth. It has characters to begin with. This channel is going to come back to Gary Vee a lot because, obviously, he's just the social media guy. He knows his stuff. I was reading his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. The entire time it was about how you can tell your story in a noisy digital age. But his solutions for telling your story were to be authentic and to post consistent and relevant content to your viewers. But that's not a story. Let's start with the beginning part of this whole story. That part makes perfect sense. Show the evolution of the startup. Publicize failures before other people can. And be sure that you're authentic. Show when you succeed and show when you fail. People will eat that up. I think Acton, the electric skateboard company, who make a variety of electric skateboards, is a pretty good example. When their Blink-S electric skateboard was on Indiegogo, during the entire time that it was on the campaign, they had their CEO just vlogging, making videos, and while the videos weren't particularly good or entertaining, I felt that it was a really strong move on their part because it kept all of the Indiegogo backers, including myself, content and aware, and they were very transparent, which was a huge relief, and they actually told us when there were setbacks, what the setbacks were, and they got into the nitty-gritty details, which was really important to me because I gave them my money and I needed to trust them. So pumping out consistent content in the beginning to show where your failures are and show how you're bouncing back is actually a great way of building trust with your audience. But as you move into the middle, Acton made a great decision. They just started posting fantastic content that mostly was user-generated. While it's proven that user-generated content receives more trust and engagement from audiences, oftentimes I find that user-generated content has a lower quality of content. That's why I still believe that Visual Perspectives is the best balance between user-generated content engagement and professional content quality. And now we're getting to the end part of your content. How do you tell your story if you can see the door opening? I haven't really seen any resources on it, and I don't know how it should be approached. I guess there are two ways you could do it. You could go out fighting, you could try and make sure that your company can live longer, push on your social media, make a new pivot, or you could just be honest with your viewers, be sentimental, be nostalgic, and allow them to feel that personal connection with your brand and make it feel like you were a friend. Huge shout out to everybody who's been supporting Behind the Perspective. It's small now, but I can tell that this has a lot of potential, and I appreciate everybody who's still tuning in. Episode 1 was a huge success, and I can't thank you enough for that. Until next week, I'm Eric. This is Behind the Perspective, and we will see you soon.